How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. Hope you guys are crushing it out there, doing well on this fine, beautiful Monday afternoon. I for sure am, and in today's video, we're going to be covering 3 stocks that I'm looking at as we're inching closer and closer to July of 2021. And if you guys stick till the end of the video, we're going to talk about a bonus stock. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, go down below, get your 2 stocks from Webull. What are you waiting for? All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, and we each get 2 stocks valued all the way up to $1,600. And feel free to also check out my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with all my real-time moves, and that is also linked right down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. And as of now, the markets are all over the place. We have SPY at break even, the Dow's down 0.6%, and we have the NASDAQ 100 doing incredibly well, up over about 1% as of now at 12:50 p.m. on the East Coast, with about 3 hours left in the session. And I will break down the markets further in the next video today, which should come out at about 7 p.m. here on the East Coast, so make sure you guys subscribe for that. And now let's talk about these 3 stocks. Number 1, we have Chewy, ticker symbol CHWY, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, this stock has been like watching paint dry. I mean, you've heard that analogy, right? It's been very slow, very boring, very choppy, but today, in the past couple of days actually, this has finally been picking direction. If you guys remember, this was under $75 per share in May and into the beginning of June, right? We popped to about $80 a couple weeks ago, sold off again under $80. In fact, we got all the way down to 73. And now that I'm looking at it, wow, this was actually a $65 stock in the middle of May, so about a month and a half ago. And we finally retook 75 about 2 weeks ago, and we've slowly been trending up above 75. And I've mentioned before to you guys, listen, if 78 $80 per share breaks on Chewy, in my opinion, it would be off to the races, right? And we broke 78 a couple days ago. We broke above 80 as well, which was that resistance from the beginning of June, and that actually came today and the previous couple of trading days here. And now look at it. Look what it's doing. It's up 3.5%, up about $3 per share. And the target that I'm looking at here on Chewy, at least the initial target, is right around between $87 to $88 per share. If I zoom in a bit here, you guys can see that is where Chewy struggled in the month of March many times, into April, and even in the beginning of May a little bit, we struggled at about $86, $88 per share. So I'm thinking in the very short term, that is where we could get $87, $88 per share. And yes, mind you, we are a little overbought. The RSI here on the 4-hour chart is about 75, 76 right now, which is pretty overbought. So in the meantime, sure, we might see some choppiness, a bit of a sell-off, little mini pullback. That's what I like to call it. And from there, we'll, in my opinion, rocket up to about 86, 87, 88. And ultimately, I feel like we could take out $88. And if that does happen, I'm actually going to set an alert there. $88 per share. I'm probably going to set multiple alerts on this. If it breaks 88, the next big gap to come, which would obviously further the breakout in the stock, is going to be anywhere from $96 to $98 per share, giving it from, let's say, $88 to $96, $97, giving it about 9 to 10% upside. And let's say we were to enter on a mini pullback, whether it's at $82, $81, $80 per share, wherever it's at. Let's say we were to enter there all the way to $98, $100, we're talking about 15 to 20% upside, and that's kind of a best case scenario. I don't want to say it's very unlikely to happen, but it's more of a best case scenario, and that would be obviously a very strong move. So in the meantime, we're going to be watching $88. I'm also going to put an alert at $84 per share to see if we can break out of that high point from roughly today. And we actually didn't break 84 today, but if we break 84, we'll be watching it very closely. So watch out for Chewy. And Zoom is another one, guys. Look at Zoom, up over 5% today. And on the 4-hour chart, you notice how, and I've been calling this out, we broke out of the downwards channel. We're now trading above the moving averages. In fact, we have been trading above the moving averages for over a month at this point, ever since the end of May in 2021. And we've seen a golden cross, the 50 SMA cross above the 180 SMA. All of these are good signs that the trend is shifting. You know, me personally as a swing trader, I'm looking mostly at the RSI. Well, that's kind of my my third indicator I'm looking at. The first two are the moving averages, the 50 and the 180. I'm very, very, very into the moving averages, as you guys know if you watch my videos here on a day-to-day basis. And I'm looking at the change in direction, the shift in trend, and like I said, we clearly got that. And today, we broke above another key level at $380 per share, which was a sticking point last week and a couple weeks prior to that. And we also noticed 380 was support in the beginning of November, all throughout the beginning of February into March, actually. So the fact that that was an old support, we broke under it, it became resistance, and now we broke out of the resistance. These are all good signs that Zoom is continuing the rally, and by the looks of it, I think this goes over 400, and I've been saying that before. I'm not just hopping on here saying it today. I've said it before, and you guys know if you've been watching my channel that I have been saying that before, right? So this is a very good step in the right direction for the bulls, at least. I mean, the bears are getting torched today, especially if you're short the stock. You're getting torched today. And yeah, 420. 400, 430, these are levels that I'm looking at, which were resistance points back in December, back in February, and in March as well. So watch out for Zoom here, guys. Ticker symbol ZM. It is breaking out, no doubt about it. And for that reason, it is one of the top stocks that I'm watching in July, as we're getting into July here in the next couple of days. And NEO, guys, look at that. NEO is up almost 10%, and I do own this one. In full disclosure, guys, I don't own Chewy or Zoom right now. I do own NEO, and the bonus one, which we'll cover in a couple minutes here, so stay tuned. I don't own the bonus one either, but NEO I do own, and I've owned this for a while at this point. Almost 2 years? I don't even know exactly. I have to check, but it's been for sure over a year, and almost 2 years at this point. So, yeah, NEO is running up 10%. We got some news out of China that NEO's opening another 5 battery swap stations in China as part of the aggressive expansion strategy. That's very good, obviously, as we're expanding the business. That is what we want to see as long-term investors. And as traders, do we necessarily care about that? I guess you can say yes, because that does shift the stock in the short term. And as traders, we want to get in and out of these moves. So yes, we do care about that, but that's more of a positive, I'd say, for the longer-term holders, which I'm both a long-term holder and a swing holder here in NEO, and I'm loving the technicals. We broke over 46. We took out the highs from recently at about $48, which we struggled at in the beginning of June, also in the middle of June. So by the looks of it, guys, the uptrend's continuing, and my $52 price target in the short term, which I've covered many times on the channel, it's intact still, and that is a target that I'm looking at, which was resistance from the end of April, not August, April, and the beginning of March. So I'm thinking that is where we go in the short term, and maybe we get there at some point this week. I think that's very possible, and maybe we get some choppiness at that point, because at that point the stock would be overbought rather. So be mindful of that. And if 52 breaks, guys, watch out above. I'm thinking mid to high 50s is where we're going next on NEO, which was resistance in the end of November. It also held as support all throughout January into February a bit. So, yeah, high 50s is where we're heading in my humble opinion. And the bonus stock, if you guys stuck till the end, is Pinterest. This one is not quite yet. Well, yes, it is breaking out in the past couple of months, but it hasn't quite yet broken out of this downwards channel that has been in ever since February of this year. So almost 6-7 months at this. Well, not 7 months. Gosh, Stas, you got to get your math right. More like 5 months, whatever. Over the past couple of months, we'll put it at that. Pinterest has been struggling at this point where it is literally right now. So I'm thinking if it takes out the resistance of this downwards channel at about $78, $79, $80 per share, this goes back mid to high 80s, in my humble opinion. That is where I think it's going. Does it take out all-time highs at almost $90 per share? It's too soon to say. I feel like it could. I mean, anything's possible, but we must see the break above 80 first. So I'm going to put my alert at $80 per share here on Pinterest, and we're going to be watching it from there if it does break out, and we'll probably be able to catch that move to the mid to high 80s. So overall, guys, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe. Make sure to subscribe because later on I am making another video, and I do post a lot of free content here on YouTube. I mean, all the content's free. All you have to do is like and subscribe, guys. I mean, hey, that helps me out in the YouTube algorithm, and I do appreciate all of you guys. And if you want to support me a bit further and, of course, get a lot of exclusive perks, check out my Patreon. That's linked down below, or you guys can go to StasSurfS.com/Patreon. All my buys and sells and call-outs, real time, by the way, are posted on Patreon. And if you're a top-tier patron, I'm making a video every single morning exclusive to you, talking about breaking news, breakout stocks, the market action, all that good stuff. So check out Patreon, link down below, and feel free to also get your 2 stocks from Webull. They're free. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, you get 2 stocks all the way up to $1,600. And if you don't like Webull, take out your 100 and you get 2 free stocks. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for tuning in again as always. Peace out, guys.